Coconuts play a huge part in Sri Lanka's agricultural output, accounting for around 12% of produce. Coconut plantations make up a total of 443,528 hectares of Sri Lanka's land, out of which 3 billion nuts are produced annually. According to the Coconut Development Authority, Sri Lankans consume nearly 1.75 to 2 billion coconuts per year, while the balance harvest is used to produce a range of products, including for export. In 2021, coconut output stood at 3.3 billion nuts, which was a 500 million increase compared to the year 2020. This was possible due to efforts of the Plantation Ministry to increase coconut output by 3.6 billion every year, and this included the planting of 4 million saplings across the island in July 2021. However, it now seems that last April's chemical fertilizer ban is about to have a major effect on these saplings. According to coconut growers, there is an urgent need for chemical fertilizer to prevent this right now. Despite some concessions provided last November to the private sector, allowing import of chemical fertilizer to meet the demands, the problem right now is that there is no fertilizer available. The reason being the country's foreign exchange crisis. The Coconut Growers Association says that the shortage of fertilizer could lead to forestation of coconut estates, as coconut plants need at least 2 to 3 years after fertilizer use to begin producing nuts. This means the industry is staring down the barrel of an imminent shortage.
The coconut tree takes 3 years to produce a mature nut. If there is no fertilizer, it takes 3 years to the effect to be seen in the nut production. So it starts by a 50% drop after 3 years. So 2021, we did not get any fertilizer. So 2022, still fertilizer is not available. There is doubt whether it will be imported. And 2022, we will still get a good crop. In 2023, we will start to see the decline. In some estates which are less fertile, you can see the decline. But by 2024, there will be a 50% drop in all estates. And by 2025, this will continue. So by 2025, we will need to import nuts. Our average production is 3 billion, which about 70% goes for domestic consumption. We will have to import 250 million nuts to supply the domestic demand.
Professor Matthew warns that if things go the way they are right now, we could be looking at a very long-term problem.
The fertilizer requirement is only 80,000 tons per year. The important thing is after next year, even if you apply fertilizer, the effect will take another 2 years. So the drop in production will continue. So this is a critical year for the coconut industry. If we don't get fertilizer, we are going to have a severe effect on the production, and most of the coconut estate owners will start cutting the trees and selling it for firewood to sustain themselves.
With Sri Lanka being the fourth largest exporter of coconut products in the world and generating an annual income of over $836 million US, Sri Lanka can hardly afford to lose out. With Sri Lanka's desiccated coconut, virgin coconut oil, and coconut water world-renowned for quality and purity, the sector's plans to break the $1 billion mark seems to be at risk of failing. This is the fear of the country's manufacturers of coconut-related products.
Due to the government's decision of not importing fertilizer, going organic, coconut industry has really suffered a lot. Just like the tea industry, although tea industry is immediate repercussions, coconut industry will start suffering. Crops will reduce drastically by end of this year. Therefore, it's a huge issue not importing fertilizer for coconut industry, MOP as well as urea. Therefore, there will be about 50 to 60% shortage in the crop because there is no fertilizer that has been promised. The industry, I don't see the future because not only the fertilizer, because of the shortage of power and also shortage of fuel, we are unable to function the factories because we are manufacturing a food product which will be directly consumed by the end user. If there is a power shortages or drops or cuts, we cannot manufacture hygienic top quality coconut which we have been getting a premium price for Sri Lanka. Therefore, we have already during the last few months lost the world market. In the future, we will be losing it further because of the depreciation of our rupee. Therefore, the industry, the exporters sold desiccated coconut and the coconut products which are exported at those prices, and we are unable to get the benefit, although we get double the price in rupee terms because of the high price of fuel and non-availability of electricity to manufacture in our plants. So we have lost orders which we have already committed.